A new all-time high for gold is coming very soon. I think possibly in the next 30 days. We'll take a look at silver and platinum, precious metals. We'll do Bitcoin and crypto. And I'm also going to take a look at the oil-related stocks that I am attempting to buy today. I'll tell you what, if you are watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, dang, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main, going up live on X and on YouTube right now. You know what, though? You do get to enjoy the synchronized slurp. Grab a tasty beverage. I've got mine. Have you got yours? What have you got? Let me know in the comments below. And you must slurp it audibly. It's the slurp heard all around the world. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, do it. Ooh, extra slurpy, just the way everyone likes it. My name is Joe Main. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, a stacker of crypto since 2013. Got more into the recent kind of stocks thing just recently. Haven't been a stock kind of guy, but just more recently, I'm like diving head into that. And yeah, I do this not weekdaily live show. I do live shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, sometimes and a little bit more. I'm doing a live one tomorrow, talking with someone very special. And I've worked in the gold and silver bullion industry. You know that, over three major bullion dealers. But now I do this show, multiple content every single week. Did you know the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, can't get this right now, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, and Stormrake, stormrake.com, your full-service cryptocurrency brokerage with special lifetime discounts off the brokerage fees when you sign up with my thing, but I'll show you what that is later on. We've got to talk to the amazing GMS family. Hit the big red subscribe button. Welcome to everyone watching on X and on YouTube right now. GMS, hi everyone. Speaking of, give me 1 second. I will show you because I got to do it. Let me show you here. This is the price of gold, but very quickly go back to here. Of course, follow me on X. Would you do that for me, please and thank you? If I edit this, you'll just see what I'm doing here. There's a whole reason I do this. See that? Oh, you son of a bee. That's all I was trying to do. By the way, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know. Are you getting into the stocks as well? What are you doing? Let's see, that one and that one. Can you follow me over on X, please? That would be really helpful. x.com/it's Joe Main. Back to the main scene. I've entitled it the main scene on my thing as well. Hi, gang. Silver Ruger. G'day, everyone. How you doing? Jason Razana. Good to see you, my friend. Good morning, y'all. GMS, y'all, says MetaMint. GMS says Tony Peterson. Chat Mum is here in the house. I saw you were going to be on the show before, Lance. GMS, y'all, morning all. GMS, y'all, morning all. I like that. Lance and a lot of others are on the Telegram channel, so I'll put a link below to that at some point, unless Tony can find a link to it and she can put it up in the chat, or someone else can put it up in the chat right now. That would be really helpful. GMS, Callum says, hi, Joe, what a lovely day to be a platinum stacker. Yeah, albeit 2 weeks into my journey. Callum, welcome to the show. I think you're a first-time participator, which is really great to see. Yeah, it's a good time to be platinum holding. I'm platinum stock holding. I'm not platinum physical holding just yet. I will be platinum physical holding again. As you know, I've been stacking precious metals since 2010. But I'm leveraging the mining stocks at the moment and doing that to up my physical stack. CT. Now, CT is the one that's allowed to say y'all. GMS, y'all from CT, from the Lone Star State in Texas. Sino, good morning. Sino's Fishing Adventures. Synchronized Slurp is the favorite thing that you love to do. Jason Ashworth, morning stackers. Morning, Joe. Morning, Jason. It's good to see you. Indo. Ooh, Indo on the New York Stock Exchange had a rip last night. Interesting. Okay, thanks for that. Remind me if you can. Good morning, everyone. The aerated coffee from the Slurp always tastes better. Aerated coffee. Interesting. Is that with the AeroPress? Are you using the AeroPress? I used to have one of those. Cashed Up Joe. Cashed Up Joe and his morning show. Cashed up I am not. Oils ain't oils, Joe. I just have a little bit of cash for some oil stocks. GMS, do you think SBSW will pass $7 US? Absolutely will. 100%. 100%. 99.99% guarantee that SBSW Sibanye Stillwater will go past $7. I don't know about your time frame, but it will. Absolutely. No doubt about it, because platinum's going that way. That'll outperform platinum physical. Okay, speaking of platinum, buy silver, platinum, and crystallized osmium. Sales Niels Han Dynasty. Great to see you. Shall we get into the day's proceedings? I think we should. Let's go over to gold, etc. We'll take a quick look at all of that. Yeah, once again, do me a favor and follow me on X. Let's do gold and precious metals related stuff. Here is gold on the 4-hour time frame, priced in USD. 3,360 something US dollars using the tradingview.com website. While we are above this area, this green zone right here. Now, a big caveat, while we're above it, $3,355-ish dollars. I'm saying a new all-time high in gold is coming soon. I even posited maybe in the next 30 days. Okay, so in like roughly the next month or so. Why? Because you're through the zag zone, okay, or technically this is the zig zone, because markets go like this. Markets zig and markets zag, right? Okay, they go up and down. So this from this low, this is a zig up to the top end of the zig zone technically, and we are out of the 0.618. We're currently holding it, which is good. As long as we're above there, I'm good. I was saying it above here. As long as we're above here, new all-time high for going soon. But we then broke back below. Luckily, we did hold this downtrend line. So that's kind of the big line in the sand there. I'd even say while we're above the downtrend line, new all-time high for gold coming. Like that's the big death knell. You cross there, yeah, that's not good. Okay, but really quite confident, or more confident, while we're above this 3,355. That's all I really have to say about that. On the daily time frame, what could be the contrarian view to that? We need to look at that, obviously. Here is the daily time frame. You could say, no, look, that is confluence. That is not any divergence. Okay, that's confluence. On the weekly time frame, you still have, it's kind of confluent at the moment. The price has been going down a little bit. That's been going down. The weekly, here's the monthly. So here's the monthly. You're extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame for gold, but that doesn't mean you can spend a lot of time there. Okay, let me get rid of all that for you, and whatever that thing is. See, this is the monthly time frame. You can easily make, now when I say a new all-time high, I just mean a new all-time high. I don't mean $4,000. I don't mean $5,000. I am expecting just a new all-time high. What we do when we pass that 3,500 mark remains to be seen. Could we be setting up for some bearish divergence? Possibly. We're already in extremely overvalued on gold on the monthly time frame. Again, you can spend a lot of time there before it starts to tick over though. So the price can creep up and up. It just might mean the momentum is waning. And we've been talking about that, for a while. Since all the way down here, we talked about on the smaller time frames how the momentum was waning, and we did see that price dip. But on the larger time frames, here's the quarterly. Every single candle you're looking at is 3 months worth of time. Look, again, you can spend lots of time in the extremely overvalued, overbought area. So that's why it can creep up in the next 30 days. Easy, I think, very easy to do that. Am I saying it's 100% going to do it? No. Again, on the monthly time frame, we've got 18 days until the end of this month. And then July, so that could creep up to here. And then July could, print, a new all-time high. Again, what we do from there remains to be seen. So that's my call. New all-time high. I think so. What you would have to watch out for if we do that in the next 30 days or so, ignore the time frame, ignore, how it does it and how it gets there. You'll just need to see this, preferably close above here on the relative strength index. Why? Then that would say there's confluence, rather than if it closes down here and you have a pivot up here, but this closes down here, then you've got bearish divergence. Okay, so that's what you don't want. You actually don't want a quick impulse move up to there. You want it sort of nice and slow and steady and wins the race. But that's why I'm thinking, your 30 days is really doable. So that's gold. That's my humble, non-financial advice opinion. Should you be dollar cost averaging into gold anyway for the longer term? Yes, gold's going 8,000, 10,000 US dollars or more over the next few years. Yeah, I think it's looking good. Stack it like your life depends on it. That is gold. Anything else I need to share gold-wise? I keep doing the GDX in terms of the Australian dollar. Gold miners, GDX on it's the same thing basically, except it's priced in US dollars. Here's the GDX Gold Mining Index. Not a lot to say. Potential. Here's the opposite case for gold miners. Even though gold might be shooting up, you never know. Gold miners might be taking a little bit of a pause. They might be underperforming for a little bit. There's a potential bearish divergence playing out here. Higher high, lower high. Okay. On the Australian dollar price, we did talk about it the other day, yesterday or the day before, I think it was. Potential double top going on. So potential bearish divergence on gold mining stocks. Again, gold physical can be going up, but gold mining stocks for some reason aren't as performing as well, which is kind of strange in a gold, bull market, but you never know. Let's see. GDXJ. Junior gold miners as well. Some potential at this stage. Potential bearish divergence playing out. Doesn't mean it's played out. I would suggest and I did say this, if you break that back down below 67.3 on the junior gold miners, you break down back below, technically really you've got to wait until here. So no, I shouldn't say that. So no, I'm not going to say that. I am wrong. I am wrong on that. I should follow my own advice. 57. Then you're posting a lower, a lower low. Okay, if you do something like this and do that, that's a break of market structure. Then you'll be like, okay. Although no, I will say if you do post below here, and actually I will. I'm going back on myself here. Below this previous high, this would just set up. Okay, that's the pivot point there. Okay, and then that looks like that would be bearish divergence. So as long as you don't break here, then you're fine. You could come down, have some bearish divergence, don't break there, and then bounce back up. Yeah, that's fine. That's then just posting a very common high or low. That's fine. So yeah, I could see the bearish divergence playing on that, and then you'd want to bounce somewhere around here, but don't break there. Otherwise, yeah, not good. Okay, I don't think that's likely. Miners will be doing well as gold does well. Let's see. Gold-related stuff. That's all I have to say about that. Let's take a look at silver. Silver's at $36.30 on the daily time frame. TradingView.com website. Got a lot of junk going on here. Sorry, gang. Yeah, get rid of you, and I'll keep you. So not a lot to say, really. We're just in that trading range. I did think we'd have a little bit of a dip. Remember I said that? We had a little bit of a dip. As long as we remain above the 0.236, that would be really positive. If you bounce off there, that's uber bullish, right? If you don't even get into the zag zone, okay, prices zig and they zag. So on the downwards move, it's the zag zone. If you don't even get down to here and you just bounce off there and do that, that is really, really continuing bullish. Okay, it's still bullish anywhere down to here, right? You can come all the way down to back to that $34.40 level, and I'll give it that's still fine because that's from this low and this high. That's just the bottom end of the zag zone. My preference is here at 35. That's previous resistance. So down into there preferably is good. Looking great for silver. As you know, don't need to say much about that. Silver is eventually going to 50. It's eventually going to triple digits. It's just what we do along the way. And this is important for you if you are a new investor into precious metals and you're like, I think I want to wait till the right price. Well, stackers will tell you don't wait till the right price, just dollar cost average. But if you've already got your core stack and you're like, I'm pretty happy with my core stack, but I think I want to load up a little bit more, knowing where the prices, may go on the intraday levels, the support levels to watch out for, might be an area where you go, oh, it hit the top end of the zag zone here. That's where I think my best risk to reward is, and I'll load up there. Okay, or if you see this happen, you go, oh man, it bounced off the 236 and then back up. That is uber bullish. I think I better buy now, get some extra, because that's just a really bullish bounce off there. Cool. That's why I do this stuff on the intraday kind of level. And it also helps inform you on the larger term timeframes. Everything I talk about, Fibonacci, zag zones, this, that, and the other, that applies to daily timeframes also applies to 1 minute timeframes, 1 yearly timeframes. It's all the same except the timeframe's different. Get it, got it, good. Silver's looking good. That's all you need to know. Let's go to SIL, Silver Miners, just so you know. Same thing, not a lot to say. Extremely overbought. As I mentioned yesterday in the pre-record, extremely overbought if you didn't catch it. I can see a move down anywhere down to about 43. That will be coming down to previous resistance. So breakout of previous resistance. It comes down to test support. Anywhere down to there, that's fine, no problem. Break through 43, not as good. Okay, you don't want to see that. That's not preferable. So that's Silver Miners Index, Silver Junior Miners, of which I am also in. Similar thing. Okay, Silver Juniors, take it from this low and this high. This is on the daily time frame, and I will allow it anywhere down to here. Give me 1 minute. I've got a Fibonacci that I don't want. That's the one I do want. And that's the one I don't want. Let's get rid of you for a second. Happy for it to go anywhere down into here. Down to there to 13 point something. No problem. Again, you break out of a resistance level. And look, where is that 0.618 sitting? Where's the bottom end of the zag zone sitting? Right there at previous resistance. At that $13.15 mark. Isn't that amazing, hey? So anywhere down to there, fine. Preferably, the higher levels you bounce off, the more bullish the case is, okay? But anywhere down to there is fine. Cool? Yeah. So looking good for Silver Junior Miners over the long term, of course. And of course, as you know, I do believe the Silver Junior Miners and the Silver Miners will continue to outperform silver itself. Again, I've been a stacker of silver since 2010, so I love the physical. But if there's a point where I think, I think I can up my physical stack just by buying, my new dry powder, my new savings, I put into silver mining stocks instead of just physical silver, I might be able to scoop up more physical silver later on. So as you know, this is the ratio we've been looking at for a long time. This is the large cap silver mining stocks in relation to physical silver. And as you can see, it broke out of that 1.27 range. It's testing it as support, so it's back testing it. I don't want to see it break back below here. That would not be good. That would probably be breaking back through market structure, so not preferable. Okay, so remain there. As long as we can bounce off here, fine. Bounce off here, I'll give it. And I do think, though, it's onwards and upwards eventually, and silver mining stocks will continue to outperform physical silver. Watch out for right here at about 1.7 on the ratio, a bunch of trapped money all the way up here, and it's at that downtrend line roughly. I think the timing, ignore the time, the timing's actually, no, I should say the timing's actually pretty good. You could say anywhere up to about the end of this year where I think the miners might outperform. Now, that might be a stretch. Okay, you could do something like, again, sorry for all the drawing here. You could do something like that, and then you come back down, and it takes a little bit longer. Sure, that's taking it into, sometime into 2026. Sure, but this downtrend line will be tested, and I believe this trapped money area, this huge area of support, will be tested at some point. Okay, and that would be an area where you would consider, I've increased if I sold some of my silver mining stocks, I will have increased my physical silver stack. I'd be doing it around about that 1.7 mark, and then maybe just hold some back to see if it goes, hog wild up to the next major swap area, and that swap area for me is at 2.4. Cool. That is SIL to silver. And if you do SILJ, so silver junior miners to silver, we're not even in breakout territory yet. So silver junior miners have a long way to run, okay? Even have to first break out of here. And then something like that, I think, is happening. Screenshot this if you want, or just keep following me and subscribe to me, and I'll keep you updated as we go. Silver? Yeah, that's silver. Let's take a look at platinum. Platinum's... I was wrong, by the way. Boy, was I wrong. I posted it as a comment under the video from yesterday. I talked about platinum. Would we pause at $1,230? No, we didn't. So was I wrong? I thought, no, I did think we would, but I was wrong there. We have pumped. Platinum has pumped up to $1,285 US. Again, this is using the tradingview.com website. I did think it might stop here because this was at the bottom end of the zag zone, okay, between 12.30 and 16.30. I thought we would stop there, but because we're in extremely overvalued, but it looks like we're having the sort of the last little splurts of the gas tank before we will have a rollover, which we will. Okay, on the 4-hour time frame, now it's starting to roll. Now it's starting. I thought it was doing it here, but we did get that little bit of an extra burst. So I was wrong, but we are taking a pause really soon. Okay, and could it be here? Is that could you call that a flattening out? I think you could. I mean, that's definitely divergent from there. High, flattening out, high on the relative strength index, double top on the relative strength index. So quite possibly from here, I know it's like a broken record, right? Now that this has done this, it's actually now more likely that this is the pause from here. I have been giving it anywhere up to 13.30 to 14.30, but maybe we don't have enough in the tank to get there first before we have a little bit of a tick over. So if we do that from here, if this is the bearish divergence and we head a bit further down, let's look at the areas that we would want to find to hold as support. Again, if you're buying platinum for the long term, this stuff doesn't matter. Okay, you should be dollar cost averaging anyway. But again, it just helps, for the longer term timeframes to know the methods in which we all use here. So between the 618 and the 0.382, that's the expected support zone. Cool. So that's anywhere down to, what's that? 1,190, and I'll give it anywhere down to 1,140. Cool. Between there and there. Yeah, that's it. So watch for that. That's positive. Watch for that. That's still positive and very normal to do. Of course, I do know, I'm very confident that now that we've broken out of the downtrend line, that this, obviously, you are going to get a retrace, as I said, but we are moving onwards and upwards now in platinum. And we're probably, I'm going to give it like an 85-90% chance that, we're going to make a new all-time high in platinum. Okay, barring black swan events, barring things we can't see and all that jazz. It's going there eventually over time. So are you on board yet? Have you boarded the platinum train? Okay, let me know. Platinum stocks. Sibanye Stillwater, we're at $7 right now. Post-market, we're at $7 for Sibanye Stillwater. It can take a pause. So if platinum pauses, of course, the mining stocks will probably take a bit of a pause too. We've had a great run with Sibanye Stillwater. This is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We're up to the 0.236 Fibonacci from this high and this low. So you could technically see why. Yeah, why am I doing that one? Oh, it's because of the double top. You could see why we'd have a pause around about here. I would suggest that you would want to find support preferably here at about $5.90. But yeah, we could just rock it up from here. So that's Sibanye Stillwater. Let's take a look at Zim. Zim, I think, is probably going to open up a little bit higher, I think, because this has been closed overnight and platinum had a little bit of a higher move. So give me a second. You can't see what I'm about to do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to check something. Oh, I'm going to tell you if my oil stocks got bought as well. I'll know that very, very soon. I'm just opening something that you can't see, but I just want to check what Zim is doing. This is my Moomoo account, which I don't want to show you. Let's see. We have a whole bunch of buy orders that are opening around about 60 cents higher than where we are now. So we're at $16.20 for Zim. There's buy orders set at $16.80. Now, what happens with the stocks in the morning and at the openings at the close is people do a lot of effery, F-U-C-K-ery. At those times, they try to game it. So some people try to manipulate it. They put in crazy buy orders to try and trick other people. Go, oh my God, there's a real person they want to buy at 60 cents higher, and then they pull it right before opening. Okay, and it's to trap people in to put their buy orders in, and so they put in really large orders as well. So you got to watch out for it, but you never know; they could be genuine. So this could open at it could gap up, I guess, on the daily time frame. It could open at around about $16.80. I will say again, if Platinum's going to have a bit of a pause soon, Zim will do the same thing. We're extremely overvalued already on the daily, so as long as we hold here at around about $14, that's not a problem. Cool. As long as we hold something like this. And that's at the 0.5 Fibonacci, right? Look at that. So anywhere in this zone and you're fine for Zim. That's Zim Plats. And I'm going to give precedence. I'm going to give not preference to the 0.5. I think might be the level that we bottom at, and that's at about $14.15 Australian cents. That's all the platinum stuff I want to talk about. Yeah, that's all the... I'm not going to talk about rhodium yet. I will do a separate video on that. By the way, tomorrow... I will tell you with Bitcoin and crypto, we're going to talk to a very special guest. I'll let you know who that is later on, but I'm doing a live show tomorrow. Buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Why? Best bullion dealer in all of Australia. Have 20 or more items in your shopping cart and you get instant free shipping. You know that. They also price match. Find something they have in stock at another major bullion dealer, and as long as the other one has it in stock, there's a few caveats, okay? And don't message them for like a 5 cent difference. It's got to be halfway decent, but they'll price match. It's the only business in Australia from a bullion business that has a price match guarantee, terms and conditions, but as official business policy. So free shipping, price match guarantees, perthbullion.com.au, you know they're the greatest. I won't go to these guys yet. I'll just come back to here. Let's take a look at, let's go back here, the main scene. Couple of quick comments, then we'll get into the oil stocks that I'm quickly looking at, and also we're talking Bitcoin and crypto and Toshi and ZCBN and all that kind of stuff as well. Post a comment below, my people. Oh, I see the word fascist going here. Why are you guys using the word fascist on my channel? Let's see. Just like blowing bubbles into your... okay, cool. Everyone, here we go. Jason Ashworth. Everyone going to watch the $45 million... oh, Jason. Only Australian people get that reference. Jason. Parades... Okay, so what? I mean, it's the not so what? It's the 250th anniversary of America. 250th. Yeah, you're going to have a parade, and it's going to cost money. Did they do it at the 100th? Did they do it at the 150th? How much did it cost back then in inflation-adjusted terms? It's the 250th thing. This is all about the psychology. It's about rah, rah, rah. It's about America, the land of the free, home of the brave, and all that stuff. Don't worry about it, man. The right prices are always spikes. Exactly right. What do you say? I mean, good to know when a fascist is doing fascist things. Oh, get stuffed, Jason. I love you, mate, but that's fucking dumb. Sorry, mate. Love you, but that's fucking dumb. Don't use fascist in my channel, Jason. Seems to be holding. I hope to go in next week after I sell those pennies. Right. No double bottoms. Jason Ashworth likes the double bottom. Jason Etheridge says, I saw an article saying that gold is getting too expensive, so jewelers are using more and more platinum. Yes, I've heard about that. Though I think we mentioned that on the channel. Was it something to do with China, I think? Something like that, Southeast Asia. Moomoo seems to be a popular trading platform. It is. Anyone having issues with Joe's screen? Very dark to see. No? Turn your thing up, mate. Let's see. That's your fault. Let's see. Just happens to be Trump's birthday. Yeah. Excellent. Good. And? So what? Yes, screen seems to be dim. It's very overcast today. Mine's coming up completely fine. Completely fine. No problem at all. Let's talk about some stocks. What about the gold? No, we'll keep with the precious metals theme. Okay, and right here. Let's go to CL1. Where are we? CL1. Cool. Let's talk about it, shall we? And I'll do that, and I'll do you. Cool. Let's talk about oil. Oil has had a decent pump. It's pumped over an area that many people were looking at. And it looks like it has done it, and it's hovering. It's remaining above it. So I'm looking to get into some oil-related stocks today for the longer term. Okay, but here is light crude oil futures. It's on the NYMEX. Okay, that's the daily time frame, and let's have a look at the weekly. You can see very clearly it just broke. So look at that. Actually, I'll go back to go back to the weekly. You can see that roughly here at $65.50 US cents. Big support level, roughly. Okay, you can see that spike here, that spike down there. And then on the daily, you can see that coincided perfectly with this downtrend line. And then overnight, we have rocketed up, out over it. So at this stage, if I do some Fibonacci, where are we on that? So this is why I'm getting in. And also, it's also based on me being a part of the Mastering the Markets Academy and watching what they're all talking about as well. ASX Trader, for example, he's bullish on oil. So, and it makes sense to me based on the technicals. Look at this. So it's broken out of the 0.618. There it is, the 0.618 from this high and this low. So broke through the zag zone, or the zig zone if you want to call it. And now it looks like we're going to be making a play for there. That would be the big one. To break through 72 would be good. If we take it from this high and this low, where are we at? We're not out of the woods yet on the larger time frame. So we do really want to clear here at 71 US dollars per barrel. Okay, but it's great to see us breaking out of that downtrend line. And this is the one that started all the way back in, well, the start of this year. Okay, so looking good. Oil stocks will probably have, particularly on the Australian Stock Exchange, will have a bit of a gap up this morning. Here are some that I'm looking at buying. Okay, and depending on, let me check my Moomoo. Have they actually opened? You can't see this again. Let me see. Did I catch them? Oh, it looks like I did. Did I? Yes, I did. So I got that one. All right. I won't tell you what it is. Did I get this one? No, I didn't. I'll have to buy higher, it looks like. Okay, cool. All right. Then did I get this one? What was the other one I was looking at? So I will, that's not that one. Give me 1 sec. I just want to check whether I got them. Did I get it? Excuse, guys. That one. Oh, I did not. Why didn't I get that one? $7.30? Ooh, ouch. I guess it hasn't updated yet. Okay, that's why. Some of them haven't updated. Anyway, all right, cool. Let's take a look at the ones that I'm looking at. I need to find it. I'm going to have to go down to this one, I think. So here's one I am looking at. Now, this is a risky play. Don't do it. I'm putting a very small amount in. I probably should have started with the bigger boys, but this is one called BAS Oil. This is BAS, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. I'm taking a small little punt on this. The technicals don't look good, but I'm doing it for a longer term because it's money which I'm willing to lose, and the reward is great if it does play out. Okay, and if I think oil is going to continue onwards and upwards, this is a small time oil producer. So they do explore, but they also actually already have. They're already producing oil at the same time. Okay, so it's a little bit different than going into a pure oil-based exploration company that hasn't found anything in the ground yet or hasn't pulled it up. Okay. Again, risky play. It has open. This is the delayed thing. So it's actually, I think it's at 3.1 cents at the moment. It is risky, okay, but it is BAS on the Australian Stock Exchange. As the oil price has been going down recently, this has had a big move down, okay. What I'm noticing, however, on the monthly time frame, we are sort of not even flattening out, but we're rising on the relative strength index. No, actually, ignore that, what I just said. That's not, I was on the weekly time frame. I think we were there. Yeah, so we have some potential bullish divergence playing out. Just depends where we bottom at. So if we do bottom around about here, then you've got, again, this is risky, okay? You've got a flattening out here, but then you've got, so it's hidden bullish divergence is what I meant to say. You've got a lowering here, but it's regular bullish divergence, not hidden bullish divergence. That would be the other way around. Regular bullish divergence is where you're having a lower low, but then a higher low on the relative strength index. So that is potentially playing out. Okay, that's why I'm willing to take the risk again. BAS oil. You would want to be getting out or have your stop loss placed if it does go below 2.8 cents. Okay, so my stop loss will be there. Okay, so if it hits there or a little bit below, then I'm just going to get out with a very small loss, and I'm happy to take that small loss. Okay, and then I'll see what it does from there. If it does come down, grab some liquidity down here, and then head back up, then I'd be considering getting back in again. But I'm in at the moment. Let's just see what happens with that. So I think my buy order was triggered on that one. That is BAS. I'm also looking at BPT, which is Beach Energy. I just tried to get in, but my buy order was not triggered. BPT, Beach Energy. It's at 1.235 cents, but this has not opened. This has not, what's the word I'm looking for? It hasn't updated here. So again, I can't show you what we're doing here, but let me have a look. BPT. It's at 1.275 cents at the moment, so we are higher. And my buy order is nowhere near filled, I think. Did I get it? No, I didn't. One sec. Where is my buy order? Trade. That's not what I want. Orders. At 1.25 cents, I had it in. And so that is sitting there, and it is not being picked up. So quite potentially, if I go onto the hourly time frame, what you can see is we did gap up. No, you can't see that. You can't see that at all. Yeah, that's not going to. I'm going to have to buy this. It has gapped up to around about 1.27 cents. Okay, so that's probably, and we're extremely undervalued on the 1 hour time frame. So I might need to up my buy order and maybe get in a little bit later. And I'm happy to hold BPT for the longer term. And the last one I'm trying to get into is Santos, STO, big producer of oil in Australia. And they are currently sitting at, that's $6.70, but this is pre-opening. Okay, and now they're at $6.80. Okay, so that's opened. Did I get my, I got it. I got it at, well, slightly higher price. But that's all right. So we're at $6.87 at the moment. So that has gapped up. So you can see right here. You can't see it here. I'll show you. So we've gapped up $6. I think we actually went all the way up to about $7 something, I think it was. So we've gapped up all the way up to here, and that's probably going to have maybe a retest of this downtrend line, and then if you do something like that, looking really good for Shoutouts. So I just need to wait this needs to update probably in the next 10 minutes or so. You'll see this has gapped up. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. Oil, looking good. We're bullish on energy stocks at the moment. That's uranium, that's oil, that's commodities. So the commodity super cycle is happening. That includes oil, that includes uranium as well. Out of interest, uranium has had a bit of a move too. Look at that. So uranium's had a bit of a move, and I think you're going to see a move in uranium stocks in Australian stocks this morning. However, as I said, watch out for that bearish divergence. You have this potentially playing out. What goes up must come down. So this could be the last little splurts of the gas tank. But anyway, uranium still looking good for the moment, and I'd be betting on it over the longer term anyway. So if you're looking at getting into uranium stocks and you haven't done so yet, maybe you should just dollar cost average and suck it up. And if you see some lower prices, well, there might be some better prices later on to load up more at cheaper. So you're lowering your average cost. That's URA, uranium. Didn't think I would do that. Cool. That's all the oil stock stuff. Let's talk about Bitcoin, crypto, and all the other stuff we were going to talk about. Let's see. Can I do this in 15 minutes? Sure can. Here is, no, I don't want that. Oh, and you, by the way, if you've just caught me, you are watching Good Morning Stackers, the weekday, I keep saying it. Good Morning Stackers, the show all about stacking silver, stacking Satoshis, stacking precious metals, stacking skills, stacking life, stacking health, stacking communities and societies. Okay, it's what we do here. And this is the Bitcoin and crypto section. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, priced in USD, $108,636 using the Bitstamp exchange price, tradingview.com website. While we're here, there's a higher price coming. I mean, don't know what to tell you. We're broken back above the 0.618. As long as it holds, as I was saying, as long as we hold here at 107,600, no problem. Just don't break back down into that zone here. That's not preferable. So for the moment, yeah, look, new all-time high in Bitcoin coming. What we do from a new all-time high in Bitcoin, I don't know. A couple of things you've got to watch out for. Potential bearish divergence. Okay, that's where you post an equal or lower high on the relative strength index while posting higher highs. And that means higher highs and equal or lower highs. That's bearish divergence. So you still got to watch out for it. I'll give you a heads up. Now, I'm going to be speaking to Bisha. It's his first name, from Stormrake tomorrow. Stormrake is my brand new sponsor, one of my brand partners. I'll be speaking to him specifically live tomorrow. Get your questions in tomorrow, because he believes that Bitcoin can go as high as $200,000 by the end of 2025. And he's going to give his reasons for that. He's super bullish on Bitcoin and crypto. We're going to have a chat with him. We're going to talk about what Stormrake is, what they do, brokerage services and all that. So an exclusive interview with Bisha tomorrow, live, that is, from 9:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So bring yourselves, your questions, and your winning attitudes. So all I need to say is we're probably going to have a new all-time high at this stage while we're above 107,600. Break back below here, then yeah, we'll talk about lower prices. But we're not there yet. And just watch out still for this bearish divergence. Doesn't mean it's going to be playing out for a long time. Weekly time frame. Weekly looks fine. Weekly looks good. Okay. Again, I just got to watch out. That needs to, on the weekly time frame, this needs to post a decently higher high, and that has to post a higher than here. Has to post higher than here. Otherwise, then you're doing this and then you're flattening out. And that would signal, okay, so you can get a higher high. But could that be it for the Bitcoin cycle? Bishop believes $200,000 potentially. Interesting, hey? So that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at others. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. Looks like the bearish divergence played out. Okay, had a little last splurt of the gas tank last night. So overnight we pumped to 268 billion. That would have faked some people out. Remember, what do? They fake you out to shake you out. Okay, so they faked you out on this way. They got you buying and then they sold on you. Okay, the nasty devils they are. So high. Unfortunately, yeah, that was forming that bearish divergence as we've spoken about before. On the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so had a bit of a move down. That's fine as long as we can hold right here. 255 billion. Hold that, no problem. Look, that's just a rise, little dip. And if we can cross again over that 268 billion, that's probably, I'd say, really good go time for crypto in general. Let me get rid of all of you. Trend lines, I'll keep your trend lines. Don't know why I did that. There we go. So for others, yeah, if you can creep up above that 270 billion, probably heading onwards and upwards for a really good move in crypto. Okay, that's just where we are. So we might just be in a little bit of a dip. Again, I'll show you the daily. Yeah, if I show you the daily, give me 1 second. From this high and this low. Yes. Gee, where did we find exact resistance on the daily time frame from a significant daily high and a significant daily low? Right there at the $270 billion mark. What is that? It's the power of Fibonacci because it's the top end of the zag zone. Remember I've been speaking about 270 billion for a bit? If you don't remember, I do. It needs to crack above there. If you do the following, you do this. If you come down to here-ish, preferably at that 255 billion, 250 billion area, if you do something like that, ignore the time frame, it could happen sooner. If you do that, okay, then we're onwards. It's really good. Okay, that would be looking very positive for crypto for at least for a period of time. I would be getting into crypto in a decent way. So clear that 270 billion. Okay, we're not there yet. You do that. Okay, all the feels, all the stuff. Then we'd have to be talking about the next major areas. So I'm going to give you an if this, then that kind of scenario. What are we looking at from this high and this low? Then you'd be looking at, so we'd be in the zag zone of the big one. Okay, so we'd be back in here. And then you'd be looking anywhere up to about $345 billion. So, and you'd want to watch out. I did that almost exactly. Look at that. You'd watch out for the 0.5 as well. So you've got trapped money here. So if we do break the 270 billion, watch out for a quick move. And I mean a quick move, probably up to the 0.5. And that would be at $315 billion. So if you break here, if this, then that. If you break this, and particularly, I mean, that downtrend line you'd want to break, then I would be watching up for a pretty decently quick move to 350 billion. That can send your favorite cryptos decently higher. Okay, what are your favorite cryptos? Some of them are Toshi, some of them are Hype, some of them are ZBCN. Let's take a look at some of those right now. Let's take a look at Hype. Hype, man, new all-time high for Hype. Look at this on the daily time frame, priced in USD. We did post that new high. What have I been saying? Though you've got to be watching out for the bearish divergence. Now, this doesn't mean it's down from here forever. Okay, it's just you had some bearish divergence. Okay, higher high. I did speak about it on the live show a couple of days ago. Lower high in the relative strength index. So potential bearish divergence on that. You just got to watch out. And you preferably don't want to cross below around about $34. Otherwise, you're coming back down into this general area here. And I can move that. Nope. If I move you, where are we? That low and that high, excuse me. Let's take it from here and here. There to there. We can get anywhere back down into this zone. Excuse me. Yep, there it is. Yeah, anywhere down into there is fine. Okay, preferably bouncing off that $30 area. So that's preferable. But anywhere down into here is fine. That would be just a decent move down. That's a big move from $9.40 all the way up to $43.50. I'm not saying the high is in here. I'm saying if it ticks over here. Okay, but this change here would be a bearish change of market structure. And then you'd not want to see it go anywhere below $22.50. Okay. That's hype though. You never know. This could just tick around and keep going higher from here. Okay, it is strong relatively against Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going to go up, then you'd imagine hype will probably continue up as well. That was hype. Toshi, my favorite meme coin of base chain. 0.0056. It flirted with that 0.0006 area. It did not hold. Oftentimes from a failed move is a fast move in the opposite direction. As long as we hold, you've seen me do it a million times before, this low and this high, as long as we hold right here at 0.00054, that's fine. Bounce off there, no problem. If you break this, and gee, the power of Fibonacci, look where that lines up. It's on the daily time frame. Look at that. Right there is support, spike down, close, spike down, close above. Okay? Don't want to break below 0.00535, something like that. Not good. Okay? Bounce off there, no problem. Break through that 0.0006 area. And then onwards and upwards we'd probably be going. Cool, that is Toshi. I will be back in if the weather report shows me that it is good to do so. Here is ZBCN. We've found our potential support now for ZBCN, ZBEC network. Looks like we could be turning the corner here. Okay, I did ask many of you, have you been taking profits on ZBCN? Remember that? I've been screaming it for the last couple of weeks at least. Did you take profits on it? When we were up here, we had some bearish divergence playing out. As you know, we had the higher high, we had the equal high, and this was lowering on the relative strength index. So I said, bearish divergence, we're going to see some lower prices. I posited anywhere but in this green box here, the ZAG zone, anywhere down to the previous all-time here high back here of that 0032 area. It looks like so far, we have found support at the 0.5 Fibonacci. We've had a couple of little spikes, but it's closed above. That's good. What now do we need to see in order to be confident that this here at 0.0037 is the low now for ZCBN, and then we're going to rocket onwards and upwards from here? Here's what I need to see. Not that. Right here from this high and this low. Okay. Assuming this is the low, and we don't know that it is, if it is, then I get rid of you, and I get rid of you. And now we need to clear its zig zone. And its zig zone is right there between the 0.302 and the 0.618. I need it to clear through, please and thank you. And it'll be very positive if it does. Right there at 0.0058. So if you clear through there, maybe some resistance, get into here. You start clearing that, that's great news. And then I would say a new all-time high for ZCBN is coming. Yeah, you could find a bit of, as long as you support off there, looking great. Okay, so that's now the new level, the new line in the sand, the final hurdle on in the upward direction for ZBCN is at 0059-ish. Cool? Cool. Any other... Let me just see if anyone's mentioned any other crypto while we are here. Anyone mention crypto? I'm just having a quick look in the... Let's see. No one has mentioned any other crypto. So I think I'll leave it at that. Maybe there's a couple of others I've been looking at. Bear in mind. Oh, there was Algo. Here is Algo. Look at this. I took this trade and then I got out of the trade. I wish I had kept the trade. It's one of those things. Algo broke market structure. And then, you remember I talked about it? And I had right here, where did it find exact resistance? At the bottom end of the zag zone from this high and this low. Isn't it amazing how Fibonacci works? And it's also previous trapped money. So you've got that there. So previous support there, that became resistance. I can't say that we're moving onwards and upwards in Algo just yet. Algorand, you can give it anywhere down to here at 19 cents. That's fine. Bounce off there. Do that. Great. Hopefully that coincides with general crypto, others, as I showed you before, crossing that $270 billion mark. That would be great. So Algo is something I'll be back in. I think ACH, Alchemy Pay, is something I'll be back in. You've at least got to cross over here at that 0.22. So that's Algo. Not Algo, that's ACH, Alchemy Pay. Cross through there. Do that. So if crypto crosses through 270 billion, if this crosses through there, that would be I'd take a little trade there probably, because then you could say that Algo would at least come up, ACH, sorry, would at least come up to test. It's not a huge trade. Maybe I won't fight that war, but I'll keep an eye on it right here. That's ACH. Some of my other favorites, of course, as you know, I love GRT. I'll be back in GRT when it crosses above, where are we? It's at least got to get back above, that 11 cent mark. Yep, and it's right here. That's funnily enough. Let me get rid of all that for you. Yep, right here at that uptrend line is where the top end of the zag zone is. Isn't that funny how that works? The power of Fibonacci, the power of trend lines and all that crap. Cool, right there. If you get through here and this trend line, I will be in GRT. Yep, I'll do that. So I'll be getting into GRT, the graph. Again, if crypto passes through 270 billion, if this passes through this level here of about 10 cents, 10.5 cents, I will take a trade personally, and then I'll be riding that up to next major levels. We'll talk about next major levels later on. So that is the graph, and I don't want to talk about any others because we're running nearly at time. Of course, if you want to buy crypto, but you're like, you know what, I don't want to do it myself, check out my new brand sponsor. That is Stormrake, stormrake.com. They are an Australian-owned, operated, full-service cryptocurrency brokerage. Now, normally they charge 3% on top of whatever you're buying, but they get you the best prices. Okay, so go to stormrake.com. Don't open an account directly from their website. Do it with my link, and I'll tell you why, because you're going to get great deals. Okay, if you want to send this to your friends and family who you want them to get into crypto, but they're old. They don't know about hardware wallets and this and all that other stuff and joining a billion different exchanges and all that stuff. Just get Stormrake to do it for them. Okay, it's the best way to do it. Now, they will charge you 3% on top of the price. So if Bitcoin's at $100,000, they'll charge you 3% on top of that for their fee. Why? Because they're doing it all for you. They can do complete self-custody. They can do custody for you in cold wallets, or they'll just send it to you and you can do self-custody on your own hardware wallet or whatever. But they can hold it all for you if you want. But if you're like, if I don't hold it, I don't own it, they'll just send it to your nominated address and you can put it on your Ledger, your Nano, your whatever it is, right? Your Trezor, okay? Get them to do it for you, or get them to do it for your friends and family, okay? Wake people up to crypto with Stormrake, stormrake.com. However, they're going to charge you 3%. However, if you sign up with my account, not my account, you sign up with this link, bit.ly/GMS Stormrake. I'll put a link below somewhere and you can actually just click on the link. You get lifetime 33% off brokerage fees. So for the life of the account. If you start a new account, and you used my thing, you'd get the same thing. So you get 2% fees instead of 3% fees. That's a big saving. It doesn't sound like a lot. That's a 33% discount. Okay. So send this to your friends and family. At least send them, hey, check out Stormrake. And if they want to sign up with my link. Okay. That would be the best idea. Okay, Stormrake, stormrake.com. By the way, do you want to be a better investor? Yes, you do. go to masteringthemarkets.com. Okay, these guys are the greatest educational system in all of Australia to do with trading anything, investing. You want to be a better investor, learn the foundations of Dow theory principles and technical analysis. It's pretty simple. It's a 10-week course. You have to pay for it, obviously. Okay, but I can tell you, very well worth it. I haven't done it myself, but I've been a part of the Mastering the Markets Academy, which I'll show you in just a second. And I'm planning on doing one of these courses. I'm actually planning on doing the year-long 12-month course. Okay, I'm going to learn a whole bunch of stuff, and I might even start doing this for full time while doing this show as well. So I'm planning on doing the 12-month course. Starts in July. But if you just want to be part of the Mastering the Markets Academy, you can join the free version. That's academy.masteringthemarkets.com. Sign up for free. You'll get all their every now and then free stuff that they post there. But what they post multiple times per day is all the back-end stuff, the backstage pass, okay? You will pay a monthly subscription fee, okay? But this stuff is amazing. So I go to my feed every single morning. And I see what's come up. What are people talking about? Okay. So, okay. Oh, here you go. All right. So, out of interest, and I'll end this show very soon anyway, because I'm going to go watch this video. ASX Trader posted now. He posted it in the public section. So, you'll see this. He just uploaded a video about crude oil. And he talked about oil. I've been talking about oil. He's just talking about oil. As well, people are posting about FMG. People are posting about all different things. And of course, you get all the educator calls as well. So yesterday, what you didn't see was ASX Trader, for example, did the weekly trade review, and everyone popped in their tickers. Hey, can you look at this? Can you look at that? And he looks at them straight away and goes, oh, yeah, that's a good one because of this, that, and the other. He goes, yeah, I wouldn't do that one yet. You've got to wait till this and the other. All these educator calls are well worth the money to pay for the Academy, Mastering the Markets Academy. I'll put a link below to them. Final comments and we'll get out of here. Yeah. Let's see. No filters. Where did my comments go? Where are my comments? Okay, give me a second. Where are my comments, people? What's this? No. Show camera. Show there. Show zoom. Show interview, no. Show comments and reactions. There we go, right there. Knackers is holding a small amount of GRT. Good to know. At 2,000 subscribers, thank you, we will be doing a giveaway. It will be a 1 ounce Silver Shield Death of the Dollar this time. Thank you, Tony. So Tony's last time when we reached 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we did a giveaway. And Tony sponsored that. And it was a great giveaway, and congratulations to the person who got that. At 2,000 subscribers, we're at 1,717 subscribers as of right now. At the $2,000 mark, 2,000 subscriber mark, I'll do another giveaway of silver provided by Tony Peterson. Good old chat mum. Thank you. Let's see. Just because you said it, Joe, the US military has not, fair enough, has not held a military parade to celebrate its anniversary. I stand corrected. My apologies. It has only had parades to celebrate the end of wars. Okay. Well, you do want to have a parade to celebrate an end of a war. I did not know that. Thank you for giving me that, because I like newer and better information. And that still doesn't bother me at all, that he's having a parade for the 250th anniversary of America being America. I think that's worth it. And is it on his birthday? It might be. When is US parade? Let's find out. Or is it happening right now? Let's have a look. I'm just asking Grok. Good old Grok. I'm sorry, but the US parade. Okay. New query. When is USA Trump parade? Sure. I'll put in Trump parade and let's see. USA. Searching. I'm assuming you're referring to the US Army's 250th anniversary parade It's on June the 14th, so it's this Saturday coming. And when is Trump's birthday? When is Trump's B-Day? Trump's birthday is on... Oh, it's the same day. That's... Okay. All right. Okay. When technically is Army's... there's a couple of... when technically is Army's 250th B-Day? It's probably not on the same day technically, but they're just aligning it with that day. No. All right. This date marks the anniversary of its founding on June the 14th, 1775. Trump was born on June 14th, 1946. So, no, Jason, it's not just because it just happens to be on his birthday. He did it on his birthday. No, he did it on the 250th anniversary, the literal date of the founding, June 15th, 1775. And that's Trump's birthday, June 14th. Okay, tell me we do not live in a simulation. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely. That's amazing. I love that stuff. Kitco. Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Apparently, it's not that cheap to get that info. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about something there. Hit the like, please, people. That would be lovely. Johnny Justin. Oh, my God. Long time old friend. Long time friend, long time old friend. He knows what that's just a joke. Johnny Justin, good to see you on X, my friend. Good to see you. By the way, I tried calling our mutual friend, our mutual person about that thing we've been talking about, and no luck as yet. But apparently, they tried to book me in for an appointment and charge me $200 for an appointment, but I'll reach out via email and see how we go, because I just want to have a chat. Sorry, I'm just talking. You talk, guys talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. Joe, can you do a short segment on the different cold wallets with your pros and cons opinions for each? Thanks. I'm not a cold wallet person. Just gave away some security there, I guess. I don't do cold wallets. I should. So actually, you know what? That should be I do hardware wallets. You don't hold your stuff on exchanges. I do a variety of different hardware wallet things, which I guess is technically cold storage, but in a hardware way. What I should do, I do cold storage, but I don't do paper cold storage. I don't do those paper ones, okay? I just, that stuff, right? So I do have the hardware wallets and all that stuff. But yeah, I can look into that for you. I think if that's what you mean, like hardware wallets, or if you mean like paper wallets, well, we can do a thing on that, sure. You know what? I actually might, perfect. I'm going to talk to Bisha tomorrow from Stormbreak. I'm going to talk to Bisha about that tomorrow. That'll be one of my questions. I'll try and put that on there. Talking about, different cold wallets, hardware wallets, all that kind of stuff. Pete Repeat says it's also on Flag Day. There you go. Flag Day, 250, exact date of the 250th anniversary, exact date of Trump's birthday. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you have watched Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. You're getting another live show tomorrow. As I said, talking all about, now we'll do gold, silver analysis and all that, but in the first part of the show, don't come at the second half of the show just because you're gold bugs. Stay for the whole show. I'll be talking to Bisha, one of the heads of Stormbreak, stormbreak.com, my new brand sponsor. He believes $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year. We'll be talking to him, talking all about Stormbreak, about cryptocurrency brokerages, how do they work, all that kind of stuff, and throw your frequently asked questions at him. He'll give you his case for $200,000 Bitcoin, and we're going to have a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your tasty beverages. We will do the final synchronized slurp, and Johnny Justin gets to do a synchronized slurp with us. He also gets to dance it out. He doesn't realize that we dance it out at the end of the show as well, including the synchronized slurp. So would you please grab your tasty beverage, whatever you're drinking. Mine's non-fluoridated water, as you know. Whatever you're drinking. Johnny, what are you drinking at this time of the morning, mate? No. Bloody musicians. You're all drunkards. And we'll dance it out, people, because you have watched.
Good morning, Stack. Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now we're
3, 2, 1. Slurp your bulletproof coffee.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh, yeah, we're feeling fine.
Great work, people. Love your jam. That's my jam. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking. I'll see you live tomorrow. See you then.